Hello, and welcome to another episode of McMullen Stories, the Reddit story podcast so wholesome you'd bring it home to meet your parents. As always, this episode is brought to you by McMullen Brands on Etsy. Let's get to today's story.
Hello, this is the first time I've ever posted something on Reddit, so thank you for whoever takes the time to read it. It truly means a lot. Note, this might be a long one. I'm 19. I've lived with both my parents pretty much my entire life. My parents did a great job raising me, and I will be forever grateful for that. I never lacked anything, and my parents were always there for me. When I was a kid, I was closer to my father. He would drive me pretty much everywhere and always help me with my homework to make sure I stay at the top of my class. I love my father. He is probably the smartest man I've ever met, very knowledgeable and speaks 5 languages. He is the reason why I have this desire to learn everything this world has to offer today. 3 years ago, when I was 16, he fell in a deep depression. My mother told me it was the same age as when his father died. He died when my father was 18. He became very emotionally unstable. He'd lash out at my mother for no reason, be less and less present emotionally for me and my younger brother, who was 14 at the time. Fast forward, a year later, he became violent. One day, he slapped me because I woke up late. Another, he broke my brother's tooth because he heard him swear. The next day, he buys him a new one. It was like walking on constant eggshells with him. He would also conversate with my friends for extended periods of time about random subjects when I would bring them over, something he didn't used to do. Earlier this year, I found out my father is a cocaine addict. Has been my whole life, and even before my existence. 19 years of my presence on this earth built on lies. I was in shock. Still am, frankly, the man I looked up to for so long, who taught me so much and who passed me a big part of his personality as a cocaine addict. I don't blame him entirely. He had a lot of deep-rooted, unresolved trauma that he kept pent up throughout all these years. It was only a matter of time until the mask would break anyways. Some details I forgot to mention. During those 3 years of active addiction, he lost his job, stole money from my mom, manipulated emotionally my mother, my brother, and myself into giving him money, stole cigarettes from my underage brother and myself, refused the psychological help we offered him with a professional, shut down friends and external family. The perfect addict archetype, I suppose. Well, this year he tried to kill himself 3 times with my mother's pills. The first time I was doing my midterm exam. My phone kept on vibrating, but I was focused on my exam. I saw that my father was spamming me after not calling me for weeks, so I stepped out of the class to take the call. I just wanted to hear your voice, and he hanged up. I looked at my phone and saw the messages from my brother and half-brother saying that he did something to himself and that I have to come home. I broke down crying in the hallway, went back in the exam room to finish the last 2 sentences, then ran home, still crying. It was my little brother who found him. He then did it twice more in the span of 2 months. The second time, he slit his wrist as well. He had some nerve damage in his other arm, so he would wake me up every day at 6 a.m. for 2 weeks to put his bracelet over his fresh scar without mentioning a thing. I don't know if I'm giving too much detail, but I'll stop here. There was a lot of other horribly painful stuff that happened following to that. I don't know what to do. We kicked him out of the house because he kept on lying about paying rent and got us almost kicked out like 3 times. My mother helped him so much, financially and emotionally, even though he was constantly manipulating her emotionally. She got him a job and basically let him live rent-free with food in his plate for months. But he only talks badly about her for absolutely no reason. Probably felt like he lost his dignity, which I get. My mother is the kindest, most hard-working woman I know. For the past 3 years, she has been working 7 days a week while dealing with everything to try to protect us from the truth as much as possible. But I'm too old for that now. I am lost. I don't know what to do. I just want someone to read my story. Therapy is very expensive, and I don't want to be an emotional burden for my friends, who are all going through stuff on their own. So I don't know. I'm still a student, and I have a part-time job. Now that my father is not living with us, I will have to help my mother financially, so it's not all on her. My mother doesn't have any family here since we immigrated here when I was 2 years old. No support system whatsoever. When you're experiencing trauma, simultaneously knowing that you have to eventually heal from it to be a functioning adult is quite a draining thought. I am actively trying to make my life work, and I'm now constantly drowning in my own misery. I go to school, go to work, hang out with friends, and went on multiple dates since then. But again, I'm only 19. I'm scared that this is going to make me burn out later in my 20s. I'm a very self-aware person, and it's driving me crazy, as well as the fact, as you know, I cannot ignore my father forever, and the active fear that he will not be here long enough for me to even ignore him frightens me. I'm stuck. What would you do in my situation? I'd bet this is the craziest what would you do ever, huh? Whoever took the time to read this long and dreadful story, thank you so much. Truly, it helps a lot. Have a wonderful day. Note: English is my third language. Sorry if some parts are confusing. No painting 39.
Thanks for watching. Please like this video, subscribe for more stories, and leave a comment below.